in front of a big ship. Well done, sir. Joining me now is Pennsylvania Democratic Congresswoman Madeleine Dean. And Congresswoman Dean, thank you for being here. Glad that we cleared up. We did bring on a constitutional lawyer to debunk the idea that Donald Trump could quarantine states, just in case people had questions. But now he has already been told by someone, we don't know who, that, no, you cannot do that. So he's doing a strong advisory from the CDC instead. What do you make of these reversals and double backflips that Trump keeps doing on the things he says he's going to do and the advice he's giving the public?
Joy, thank you for having me on tonight. And I guess what I lean upon is what you heard Nancy Pelosi say from the floor of the House yesterday. And she said it over and over to our caucus as we've been on call after call. She quotes Pope Francis, who said he prays to enlighten those who are responsible for the common good. I pray for this president to enlighten him that he is responsible for the common good, and so not to just bow to the whims of somebody in Florida who said you're sending too many people who are sick down here. We have to listen to the epidemiologists, to the scientists, to the doctors, to Dr. Fauci and the CDC and others to make sure we're doing the most effective things we can possibly do to stop the spread of this pandemic.
Do you think it would help the public, and not because of a partisan difference with him, Donald Trump just stop talking, stop doing public statements and let Dr. Fauci be the only one that talks?
I thank you for asking me that. I am so over the partisan difference. And let me tell you something literally from the floor of the House yesterday. It was an extraordinary moment. I've only been in Congress a little more than a year. It's been a heck of a year. But I will tell you that it was not a partisan day. While there was some little small bickering and some silliness and obstruction by a single member of the Republican Party, you saw a House united in a historic bill that sends $2.2 trillion in relief. It's called the CARES Act. It's properly named that. It is not a perfect bill, but it is a robust bill that actually sends important resources to our hospitals, to our state and local governments, to our schools, to small businesses, to medium businesses and large, important money to individuals and families. So what I hope is that the president does quiet down, listen to the experts, follow their guidance, so that the American family can have the confidence that their government has their back, their government will lift them up, and that this president will not get in the way of that.
Let me play the governor of your state, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf, regarding the bill that you were just talking about, the $2 trillion relief bill. Take a listen.
We're still trying to figure out, as late as just a few hours ago at our daily staff meeting, what exactly is coming to Pennsylvania. So we're working with government relations folks in Washington and our representatives in the House and the Senate to try to figure out exactly what is coming to Pennsylvania and when it's coming. We'll keep watching that, but certainly appreciate the timely action on the part of the federal government.
And we know that one of the things that did come out of the package, or that's in the package, is relief on student loans, payment suspensions until September 30th for those paying back their student loans, eligibility if the money was borrowed within the last 10 years, and interest not accruing during suspension. I think that is an inarguably good thing. What would you say to Pennsylvanians who are asking what they individually are going to receive and what the timeline is going to be?
I hope the timeline is as rapid as it can possibly be. To Governor Wolf, who I've been on the phone with him and most importantly, his entire administration throughout the course of the last month or 6 weeks on the coronavirus. They've been at the forefront of it. $150 billion is going out to states to help them and local municipalities get through this epidemic. And that's just one piece of this $2 trillion bill. Another part of it is exactly what you just pointed out. $30 billion is going toward education. It's almost $31 billion toward education. I have to admit that I and members of the House fought for a $60 billion benefit and relief package for our school districts, K through 12, Head Start, food programs, and also student loan debt relief. I was very proud to have in the House version of this bill, which did not make it to this final version, student loan debt relief of $10,000 per student. Perhaps you saw that both Senator Warren and Vice President Biden endorsed my bill. It was not just mine. Others supported me in it. I don't mean to own it. But that would get relief to $10,000 per student loan borrower. We have to do that. As you know, we're not done with our packages of relief. This pandemic is not one and done. This was the third in 3 bills. We will do another, and I will fight hard for greater student loan debt relief, including $10,000 per borrower. And I believe we should drive interest rates down to 0 on student loan debt.
Congresswoman Madeline Dean from the great state of Pennsylvania, thank you very much for being here. Stay safe. Really appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.
And for
stay
more,
safe. Thank you, Joy.
Thank you so much. Cheers. And for more, I want to bring in my panel, E.J. Dion, Washington